Okay, so this is a WASI question 2019, and it's as follows. The following trial balance was extracted from the books of Honest Deals on 31st December 2013. So you have capital, bank loan, investment income, commission received, overdraft. You have stock on 1st January 2013. I think we all appreciate that's the opening stock. Purchases, sales, wages and salaries, general expense, debtors and creditors, provision for doubtful debt. I think I have to remove this thing. Let me make it something else. Okay, rent received. You have equipment at cost, provision for depreciation. I think I would have to remove that item too. Okay. Okay, so there we have it as our, what do you call it? Our trial balance, right? When we go down a bit, we have additional information. The stock of unsold goods, 31st December 2013. So that's the closing stock, I guess, the closing stock. And we are required to prepare the profit and loss account, the profit and loss account. Okay. Okay, so if you assess the trial balance given, the requirement is for us to prepare the profit and loss account. So, like I told you, always bring the name of the business, Honest Deals, and we are preparing the profits and loss account for the year ended. So it has the same title ending for the year ended. This one is 31st December 2013. Great. Then you underline it beautifully. Now, always make sure to bring your currency. So the currency here is the Naira, so D. And the profit and loss account has two columns, unlike the trading which has three. That one has two. Okay. So, dear professors, per what we discussed, what is the first thing we have to begin with? What is the first thing we have to begin with? And whoever is ready can tell me. What is the first thing we have to begin with in the profit and loss account? I think this one is cheap now. Tell me. Or I should call one of you.
Gross profit or gross loss?
Okay, so we need the gross profit or gross loss. But let's check the question. Do we have it in the question? Where is our gross profit or gross loss? Is it there? I'm waiting. I'm not about professors. So as you go through, do you see gross profit? Oh, talk to me, my noble professors. Where is our gross profit? I know you know, so just unmute and talk to me, please.
profit and loss. That's it from the trading account.
Exactly. Perfecto. So when you go through your trial balance, you don't see the gross profit. Okay, but you see items like sales, purchases, opening stock. So that is an intuition that you should prepare your trading account. You should prepare your trading account to get your gross profit or gross loss. Prof Ashley, you are welcome. I think you had a small issue, but we thank God you are okay now. Okay. So I think you may have to follow on the recordings that I will share on the page, okay, so that you can keep up with us. Thank you. But I'm glad you are here with us. Very glad. Okay, so as Alexia indicated, the gross profit or loss is not in the trial balance. So what we have to do is to prepare the trading account to get the gross profit or the gross loss. So professors, quickly, let's prepare the trading account. Okay, so in accounting, sometimes you have to do what we call workings. So you can go down and do that workings by preparing the trading account for the year ended 31st December 2013. Please, I believe you all appreciate why we need to prepare the trading account so that we can get our gross profit or gross loss. So as you know, the trading account, the first thing we begin with is I would have expected you to do it, but since it's our first illustration on profit and loss, let's do it together. Unless my professors want to do it and tell me the gross profit. So the first item we bring in our trading account is the sales figure. So how much is our sales figure? 374,600, right? Then after that, we less return inwards. Professors, do we have return inwards in our question here? Return inwards. There's no return inwards, right? So you put your sales right under the third column, 374,600. Actually, frankly, if it's possible, we can have one day so that I take you through what we did previously. Okay, especially when you watch the video and you still have issues. So I think I will discuss that with you later. Okay. So we continue to find our cost of sales. Let me push this thing up a bit so that we can have the question in full view. So after your sales, you move on to cost of sales, right? And cost of sales, we begin with the opening stock, which we put at the middle column. The opening stock is the stock at 1st January, right? 137,800. 137,800. Then we add purchases. The purchases too, we check if there's return outwards and carriage inwards. This question has no return outwards and carriage inwards. So straight away, we add our purchases, which is 243,200. Please, if you have a question along the line, prompt me. That'll give us our cost of goods available for sale. Then we less the closing stock. The closing stock is 104,600. When we do that, we get our cost of goods sold. The cost of goods sold, we check if we have wages or direct expense to add. You see the wages here is having salaries attached, and I told you, you will not bring that here, right? It should only be wages. If you see wages and salaries, it will go to the profit and loss account as expense. Okay, so our cost of goods sold will be the cost of sales. So this minus the closing stock. That is that. So we less to get, and I think we'll get a gross profit. So we have a gross profit of 98,200. So now that we have our gross profit, we can go on to prepare our profit and loss account. Any question, professors? Okay, no question. Yes, Prof. Aseye, go ahead.
Mr. Amma, please, can you do that? What, like, they might give us the gross profit, so we'll not have to now come and create the trading account.
Oh, yes, it's possible that the question would put in the gross profit for you so that you don't have to stress. But for WASI, most of the times you prepare your trading account to prepare your profit and loss account. But the question you ask is possible. There's that possibility. But most of the times, you always prepare your trading account. Okay. In WASI, when you check the past question, you always prepare your trading account, then you move on to prepare your profit and loss account as well. Okay, so we have our gross profit. Let's bring it in. Gross profit, which is 98,200. So let me put it here, 98,200. And dear professors, after bringing in your gross profit, what do you do? You add other income. As we saw from the format, you add other income. So you come to your trial balance and pick the other income. The clue I can give you is that the income has a credit balance. So you can look out for your income at the credit side. Okay. So let's come to the credit side and pick the income. And I think some of them are easily visible as we discuss the format. So please tell me the income you see in the question.
Please, I think the income is it 26,000?
Yes, okay. So the first one is the investment income, right? The income you are getting from your investment. So investment income, that's the first one. Well, let's appreciate the things there. The first one is capital. We all know capital is not an income, right? It represents the owner's investment. Okay, so it will also be used to prepare, let me tell you that, the balance sheet. So the capital will be used to prepare the balance sheet. Then the next one is loan. A loan is a liability, and a liability to go into the balance sheet. So investment income will be part of your other income in your profit and loss account. The next one is commission received, and I think we saw that too. Commission received. So we have 26,000, and then commission received is 14,000. The next item is overdraft. Please, an overdraft is also a liability, bank overdraft. I think you know what this is from preparation of cash book. Yes, Prof. Aseye, you have a question.
Mr. Amma, please, I thought that like the income, the values, you not put it like at the third column.
Yes.
You put it in the second column.
Yes,
But
yes. Yes, I get it. But, well, okay, so since it is 2 or more, yes, I appreciate. You have to put it at the second column, and then the total will come here, right? But if you push it straight there under the third column, it's not so punishable. You will not be penalized for that. But for better presentation, I think I agree with you. If it's just only one, if it's, hey, what type of English am I saying? If it is just one or it's only one, then you can push it straight under the third column. But I think here we have 2 or more, so we'll put it at the second column. Thanks for that prompt, Prophecy. Okay, so I was saying the overdraft is a liability. That's when you take more than what you have in your bank account. It's an overdraft, a liability. So that also go into the balance sheet. This is sales. We have used it in the trading accounts. Then this is creditors. Creditors is also a liability. The next one is rent received, and I think we indicated that rent received is also an income, 2,500. Then you have here, you see discount, and that's the discount received. Discount received, 2,300. Great. So that will be all for your other income. So you sum them up, add it to your gross profit. Okay, so let's add that to the gross profit. I think we get 143,000, and that is the total income. The total income. Then what is left is for you to look at your expenses. So less operating expenses. Okay, and another clue is that the expenses are found at the debit side of your trial balance. Okay, but there are certain items that you have to take out. Okay, and those items are mainly assets, right? So the first item you see in the debits is stock. That will not come here. It has been used in the trading account. Second is purchases. No. The next one is wages and salaries. And please, wages and salaries, it's an expense. So you put it here, 29,500. The next one is general expenses. The name even tells us it's an expense. General expenses. 13,100. Then the next one I think is debtors. Debtors is an asset, a current asset. So it will go to the balance sheet. Next one is equipment. Equipment is also an asset, right? Then you have advertising. That's an expense. Then I think you have discount allowed. Discount allowed. That one is at the debit. So you see how the question can confuse you. You just write discount and put one at the debit and one at the credit. So the one at the debit is the discount allowed, which is an expense. And the credit is the discount received. Then you have the last item, which is cash and bank. Cash and bank is an asset, okay, not an expense, so it will not come in. So that will also be all for your expenses. You get the total. Okay, so that's your total expenses. Then you less from the total income to see if you get a net profit or net loss. In this case, the income is 143, the expense is 86. So we are going to get a net profit. Okay, so we get a net profit of 57,000. You underline it, and that's all for your profit and loss account. So, dear professors, just to allay your fears, okay, you have to pay attention to the trading account and the profit and loss account. Please understand their format. Now, after doing that, the next job is for you to know which items are used to prepare the trading account and which items are used to prepare the profit and loss account. As for the trading account, it's non-negotiable. Your sales, return inwards, opening stock, purchases. I think you know the items from the format yesterday. In your profit and loss account, you only take income and expenses. So let me do some summaries here for us. For your profit and loss account, profit and loss account, the items you take in there are income and expenses. And then the trading account, I think you know from the format, a lot of items, right? Your stock, your sales, purchases. So let me list as many as I can. So your sales, your return inwards, okay, your stock, that's opening stock, purchases, return outwards, okay, return outwards, carriage inwards, then closing stock, and finally wages. So you use these items to prepare your trading account. Okay, so it's always important you note these items. Any item that is not supposed to be in the trading account, don't push it there. Now, the last one which we'll look at is the balance sheet. And in the balance sheet, what you put in there are assets, okay, liabilities, and capital. And I think we'll look at that so you appreciate. So please never ever put any asset, liability, or capital in the trading account or the profit and loss account. I beg you. And just for the benefit of that, let's quickly glance through the format of these two accounts. I think I'll share the notes after the lesson so that you can familiarize yourself with the form. Okay. So I think that I'll give you an assignment to do in the next session, not one that you present for me to mark. Okay. And that is for you to search as many as possible, all the expenses you can come across under the sole proprietorship. Okay. All the assets, all the liabilities. I think capital is capital. So for that one, we don't have to stress that much. Okay, but I need you to. Oh, well, we have some 8 minutes, so I guess I'll use that to do a quick exercise. Okay, and even maybe in the next session, we'll do that quick exercise. So dear professors, I want to believe you appreciate how we prepared our profit and loss account. We brought in the gross profit, we added the other income, and then we less the expenses. Great.